Good morning, Southern California and 1220 KHTS. Your host, Fred Arnold. I'm with John Klymshyn, author, speaker, coach. We're talking about sales. We're talking about the 3 keys to being a great leader.
Being a great leader, specifically as a sales manager, you want to be able to inspire people, you want to be able to develop them, and you want to be, what was the third thing?
So the first one was serve.
Serve, that's right. Yes.
We covered that.
I did not consciously forget serve, okay?
Yes.
That is wildly important.
Yeah,
all right.
That was number 1. Let's talk about inspire.
Inspiring. Well, here's the thing. I was leading an executive retreat some time ago, not so long ago, but it was 4 people that ran a very large organization. They sold more of their product on the East Coast than any of their competitors. And it was 4 people that ran the organization, and the COO was sitting there in this house that we rented for the weekend in Orlando, and he said, I just wish I could get my people to, and I stopped him right there. And I said, that's where your trouble is that you're trying to get them to do something that's not their idea. Even though that may be in their best interest, that is not the issue. There is a parental component to being a sales manager, but you ain't their dad. So what I said was, he said, I want to really motivate them. And I think that this is a key mistake that a lot of leaders make, a lot of managers make, is that they think that it is their responsibility to motivate other people. And we talk about coaches and leaders and how they motivate. I don't believe that's what they do, because we all have our own inside motivation. It is up to us. We wake up in the middle, at the beginning of the day, deciding how we're going to approach the day, and so does every salesperson, and so does every person that shows up in your company. Your role is not to motivate them. Your role is to inspire them. And the difference boiled down to this. I looked at him and said, here's the thing. Motivation fades. Inspiration feeds.
Yeah. Grows.
It grows, and if I keep feeding you, not force feeding you, if I keep feeding you something and you choose to come back to me for more of it, now we've got something very powerful, because inspiration, at the initial definition of it, is to light a fire within. I can't light a fire without you bringing the kindling. I cannot light a fire and keep it going if it's all coming from me. Because what that means is, and this was back when you and I talked about when the difference between being a motivational speaker and a trainer. A motivational speaker keeps you very excited for the 60 minutes they're on the stage. Yep. You get back in the car, nothing has changed. God bless those guys. Someone who teaches you something that you can use, someone who draws something out of you that you didn't know was there, that takes a relationship. Mm-hmm. That takes multiple conversations. So the way that I inspire someone else is that I find out what it is that they want. And the challenge for leaders is that they never get to ask that exact question. You can't say, so what do you want? I'll help you get it. Doesn't work that way. We have to find out. So what do you plan on doing this weekend? How's things going with the family? What would you do if you hit your goal 3 times in a row for the next 3 quarters? What would you do with that money? That's when we start getting insight into who these folks are. Right. And that tells us what drives them. Yeah. I made the mistake 5 years ago of telling my grown children that I no longer wanted them to give me anything for my birthday or for Christmas. I didn't want any more stuff. I said, look, I've been blessed. I've been able to purchase every little physical thing that I want. I said, what I'm more interested in is experiences. Now, this past Christmas, I found out what a huge mistake that was, because I didn't get anything for Christmas. But I'm kidding. I got experiences. One of them's taking me to a concert, the other's taking me to dinner. But with 2 minutes left, let's get back to the difference between motivation and inspiration.
That's inspiration. And I absolutely love that. Enroll them to come up with a solution. Enroll them to help solve the problem, because that's what people want.
Yes. Because when they've solved problems and they're recognized for that, all of a sudden you tap into their creativity, number 1. Number 2, you're helping them get what they want. Number 3, you're not determining it for them, and you're not leading with your hand pressed solidly in their back leaning forward. Mm-hmm. You're leading them by being a step or 5 ahead of them. And to me, one of the great leadership phrases always begins with, here's where we're headed. Yeah. When I say to you, here's where we're headed, Fred, you're imagining that we're going to be doing something next week, next month, next year. Now you've got one of the keys to tenure, being able to keep talent, which is a huge...
Which is tough to do now.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It's a wildly competitive market. If you can maintain talent that you can develop, now you've got a great business going forward. So you said you wanted me to talk
about
we have
about 30 seconds to talk about development. But,
okay.
I just want to mention one thing.
Yes.
Teaching somebody something, helping them.
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Well, there's a big difference. The Chinese proverb is, I can either hand you a fish and you eat today, or I can teach you how to fish and you'll eat forever.
Yeah.
So this is what leaders do, is they find out what skills they can help that person develop, and they don't just show them, they involve them. Because when they involve them, that person has a deeper understanding, and they put their hands to work.
And I love the word modeling.
Yes.
Model. Be that model. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Don't be afraid to make that phone call. Don't be afraid to show them how to do it.
No, or to make a mistake. Because guess what? We're human.
Those who want to reach out to you, John?
They can reach us Klymshyn.com, KLYMSHYN.com. They can call me at my 661-373-2192 phone number. Find my books on Amazon.com and find me here with Fred again as soon as he'll let me back in the room.
Love it, Coach K. Hope you enjoyed this edition of Sales Excellence and Sales Inspiration. This is your host, Fred Arnold, on AM 1220 KHTS. Have a great day, everybody.